The vibrant Piccolo Spoleto Festival is in full swing, enchanting audiences as it celebrates its 45th anniversary. As we approach the festival's closing this Sunday, we wouldn't be more thrilled to have Harold Meers, the Executive Artistic Director for the Charleston Opera Theater, back with us. He joins us today to unveil the exciting details of their highly anticipated production for this year's Piccolo Spoleto Festival. Harold, it's so nice to have you back on the show.
Thanks. Always great to be with you here.
So give me the rundown. What is UnShakeable about?
So UnShakeable was originally written for Shakespeare's 400th. It was commissioned by Santa Fe Opera and was premiered out there as part of their educational system. And we're very excited to bring it here. So I'm going to be right up front and say that the word pandemic is involved,
okay,
but has nothing to do with what we all just went through in the last few years. It was actually written prior to that.
Okay.
And it just happens to be the backdrop of this opera. This chamber opera is two singers, okay, and they play Shakespearean actors. Okay, and but these two actors, there's been a global pandemic of this neurological virus called erasure, and what happens is it affects memory.
Okay.
Okay. So in varying degrees. So they have both been afflicted by this. Meridian, the soprano, has significant memory loss and has been taking refuge in the old theater where she used to perform, and that's because the only place she knows.
Yeah.
Wyatt, the baritone, has been desperately trying to find her. Okay. His memory is better, and so he seeks her out and he finally finds her. And through the recitation of the Shakespeare dialogue that they used to perform together, her memory starts to come back, and she remembers that they were lovers. And so while it sounds like it's kind of a downer, it's 40 minutes long, wow, and it's actually super uplifting and charming, and it's in English.
Okay.
So
I do have to ask, the pandemic backstory, did that have anything to do with why you chose this opera?
Not really. I mean, I suppose there's a nice connection for us there now because prior to, we had no real understanding of some of the fear and isolation and loneliness that can come along with that. This is more about memory than it is that particular sort of isolation. It just happens to be the backdrop for it. So for me, there's more parallels with sort of dementia.
Okay.
Alzheimer's, like, you know, there's everybody has been touched by somebody that has that issue, whether it was a parent or a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle. Like, we all know somebody that has suffered from that. And so there's that immediate connection. And then you put the backdrop of that sort of loneliness and isolation and fear that went along with that pandemic. You can kind of see why it creates a perfect little
Absolutely.
scenario.
And now this script uses text from a couple different shows, right?
Yeah, so they recite these scenes that they used to do together from Romeo and Juliet, from The Tempest, from Hamlet, from Macbeth, and the librettist Andrea Walters Feinberg wove it together into their own story.
Okay.
It's really ingenious, and Joseph Illick, the composer, set the music so beautifully, and it's just a really, really charming little thing. And they are both coming to some of the performances, so it's great to have the creators of this coming out from Santa Fe to see it.
I'm sure, and I'm sure they're going to be very proud as well.
It's really great.
And now there's only 4 showings,
only
right?
4, yeah. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday next week, the 8th, 9th, and 10th, but we have 2 on the
Saturday.
10th. So we have a matinee and an evening performance on the 10th at the Threshold Repertory Theater downtown.
Awesome. And now where can people go and buy tickets?
So they can go to our website, charlestonoperatheater.org. This is also part of the Piccolo Spoleto Festival. So through the Piccolo website and ticketing, there'll be links there as well.
Well, Harold, it was so nice to have you back on the show, and I'm looking forward to seeing this magical performance come to life.
It's really excited about it. It's going to be very charming and personal, and I think everybody will love it.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are back after this.